Welcome back to AnyQuest tutorial videos, where today we're going to be discussing web scraping. Now, with web scraping, it allows an AI agent to extract specific data directly from websites, whereas with the web search tool that we had done in a previous video, we are just searching the web and it would find websites, but it would be more of a summary, right? So with web search, it retrieves more of a high level summary or a search result. With web scraping, it will extract detailed, structured data directly from the URLs that you pass to it to go and then web scrape. So first off, to do this in the generate activity, what we'll do is we'll go into properties, and same as you do web search, you'd pick the tool web scraper and then add that tool. Since it's already added, we'll just hit continue and submit. So for this example, we're coming back to that research report, right, that we were doing for a company, any company that we type into the start activity. And as a good use case, we can use it to web scrape URLs that we have for recent articles, right? So this first generate activity is getting those URLs, so we're actually using the web search tool here to then go find articles on the web. I did 5 recent articles, and once again, you want to be specific, so pertaining to the performance of the company, they should be from trusted websites, include an author for the article, and only return if the URL can be scraped, right? So that's another important thing to mention here, is that many websites, for instance, LinkedIn, Reddit as well, there's quite a few that you're not going to be able to web scrape. The site, it's not AnyQuest, it's the site doesn't allow for it, right? And even in some, it's written into their privacy policies that they don't allow for web scraping, as web scraping has been a popular way now to get data off of websites, right? So this will create that JSON object of the URLs, and then we're going to pass that into generate 6. So in this generate 6 activity, this is where we're going to be doing the web scraping. This is where we went to properties and have that tool, right? So for the prompt, it can look something like this. Go to the URLs provided and web scrape each one, return only information pertaining to the stock that could be helpful in analyzing the company. If the article cannot be web scraped or provides an error, then return could not be web scraped and nothing else. Even though I had written it in the Google search to only bring back articles that can be web scraped, it's not perfect and it can't really test that. So it's good just to include that, so that in your report, instead of having a whole bunch of lines about them not being able to web scrape, it just says could not be web scraped. You can remove that and continue on with your financial report, right? So last thing we'll include is just where it's coming from, and save that, and we'll give it a run. Do Apple, come into our activities tab, right, generate 3 is finished. So here we have a few articles that they've provided with the web search, and then each of these URLs have been run. So here we have one of those URLs. You can see it gets pretty detailed in summarizing the article. We'll go to just scroll through a few of the others. Alright, so we see here it was able to web scrape all of the URLs that it passed through. I think it would also be nice to have that URL in here. So the other thing we could do is just type in provide the article title, author, and URL in the beginning of the summary. Okay. Save that. Run it one more time. Do Apple again. Come into activities. Okay, so one finished. So that's nice. So it cannot be scraped, right? So here we go. Title, author, not specified, and then the click into the URL. Okay, great. So right, so we could play around with this, refine it, but this is kind of the overarching idea of web scraping. There's many use cases for it, and you could play around with it yourself. But that concludes this video on web scraping. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.